afternoon, everybody. Hello from Sophie Loafy, myself, Pop, Munchkin, hey? And the bunny rabbit that likes living in the yard. And Sophie's become friends with. You okay? You come back up. There we go. There she is. Get a little time in, yeah? Hmm? That your good side? Your good smile? No? Thank you. Thank you, Sophie. Thanks for the loving. She's so cute. She good? She's good. We were just, but there's a blizzard going on. Well, right now the sun has broken through, the blizzard has stopped, the wind has really picked up, but yeah, we've had off and on snow for a couple of days. Oh, thank you, Deborah. It's really looking cute. I put some, I hand stitched those hexies, and I tried to do a nice, pretty chrysanthemum flower in the corner with pollen. I put clear beads and like sewed the beads on with yellow thread and everything. Oh yeah, I probably spent a lot of time on it, but I was really inspired by it. So, and I'm going to do something on the long arm for the other side. So, hello, 80 something of us people. Good afternoon, hello, happy day, everybody. It's sunny, and the flowers are blooming, and the trees are budding, and it's nice out. But not temperature. Hello, Pat. Happy Mother's Day to you. Happy Mother's Day to all. Hope you're having a good one. Where's Miss Sass? Is Sass here? Oh, thank you, Gwenny. What's everybody got in their cup today? Just water for me? Just good old plain healthy water. 54 in Alabama. Yeah, it was -4 when I got up, and now it's 7 degrees. That's Celsius. So, T says Ann. There we go. There she is. There's Miss Sat. Good morning. And Miss Margaret, who's up in the wee hours of the night. Hot tea and honey. Very nice. Yeah, it is. Well, it is for you guys, isn't it, Cherie? Got a few of our Australian friends there. Thank you very much, everybody, for hanging out with us and for hanging out in the middle of the night. You want some snow? I'll give it to you. Coffee. Thank you, Nadine, to you as well. Hello, Shelley. -1 Thunder Bay. I know, right, girl? It is. Welcome to Canada. Mother's Day weekend. Don't plant anything. Pepsi, says Linda. G says Sharon. Aw, thanks. Loves you guys too. Yeah, you live near Vancouver, 28 degrees Celsius. Oh, that'd be nice. I'll take that. Oh, everybody's have tea. Oh, oh, Robin's just doing tea. Usual fix. Energy drinking. Hold on. Not much. I mean, it just stayed overnight, and then it was snowing like crazy this morning, and as soon as the sun comes around again, it just melts it. So it's not sticking around, but it sure is annoying. Milk, very nice. Besides, you only raid the fridge without getting caught. 3 a.m. Yeah, that's true. Kind of limited, and plastic wrappers. Yeah. Pepsi says Cheryl. Love the fabric. Which fabric you talking about there, Billy? Dr. Pepper says Kim. Hello from Dublin, says Bernadette. Peach pop. Peach pop. Is that like soda pop? Soda pop. Please tell me you got my mail from me. I did not. They have not contacted us at all, Deborah. And we've been home, so. Okay, I'm sorry, what was that? Oh, they contacted us to clear customs, and that was last Monday, wasn't it? Yeah, last Monday. So, hello, Miss Allison. Hello, Miss Helly. I think I forgot to say hello to you this morning. So, hello, Donna Faye. Hello, Kathy. And Pat, and Vicky, Cheryl, and Jackie. On the table. Hello, Tracy. Oh my goodness, this pattern is one of my is in my profile and on my bed. Oh, really? Oh, interesting. I was looking for a nice, free, obviously, because that's how we try to do these things as much as possible, but that could help bust your scraps. And you could do this on a smaller scale too, but you know, it would really be a smaller scale. But I thought it would be kind of cute to do if you did it as a quilt for a youngster and then made the smaller version for the dolly, because you wouldn't have to do a lot. It would just be, you know, just cute enough because it would be matching quilts. I think that would have been awesome. Hello, Kathleen. Hello, Miss Lois. Okay, I did pay those fees, so you should get it soon. Okay, well, hopefully there wasn't too many fees you had to do. I mailed you a box. No, it did not. Well, we didn't go to the post office. I think I went Tuesday? Monday? I don't know, and there was only a bill, and I really wanted to just send it back, but I couldn't. They don't allow that. Like, I don't want this. Send it to somebody else. Hello, Miss Sharon. Hello, Linda from Ontario, Canada. Where are you from? Because we're in Ontario too, Miss Linda. If you've told me before and I've forgotten, I'm sorry. Shiny objects and stuff. So again, free pattern. If you would like to get a copy of this free pattern, go exclamation zigzag, Z or Z, depending on where you're from. Huh? I-G, Z or Z, A-G. Zigzag. Paris. Oh, that's not. I know that's down south on the other side of Hamilton. Am I right there? You know, I've lived here for over 10 years, so I should hopefully try to know some of the stuff I got going on here. Hello, Tal Happy, you're here. Good evening. Zigzag. Almost there, Connie Joe. I'm right. I'm right about something. I'll take it. Almost, Connie Joe. You're so cute. I want to hug you right now. It's when the fingers they're a little bit too fast. Okay, so the image that was for this, I was in a hurry because Pop was trying to get stuff going this morning, and I said I was going to do it, and then I got sidetracked by signing objects, and then so I just grabbed a bunch of fabric. So they're not actually some of the ones I chose to keep in this project. So I'm going to do a lap size quilt. So hopefully it'll turn out okay with the colors I've chosen being on the darks. And then I've got my mix of whites. I've got like a, I don't know, it looks like a cream color here. It's mostly that because I had a big chunk of it. There's only like 5 of those and 7 of those and 4 of those. So it's all kind of mixy-matchy. It's just going to, whatever goes, it's going to go. And then I think I had 36 here, but I don't have to use them all. Like if I decide, you know, like one more than the other, I can fix it up. There you go, Jackie. Can you hear me? I could. Sometimes the fingers are just or the brain's too fast and the fingers aren't fast enough, you know, so that's what we are working on. Yes, free pattern, Bonnie Hunter quilts, Scrap Buster, and then I had an idea of taking I think I have a 2 or 2.5 inch, I have a bunch of cut just squares, and we're going to do a little, the mini border that's going around the quilt, I'm going to do with those little squares all the way, and then a bigger chunk for the outside. Oh, not good for a headache. Oh. Sometimes it's the temperature change or the way things kind of, you know, go. Sometimes migraines they stick around for a while. Hello, Miss Lena. Happy you're here. Hello, Rowena. I've been making masks like crazy. I bet. I made a few for Pop's coworkers because he asked me to, and now one of them is sick, but I don't know what he's sick with, so... Just that he's he's not feeling well. Or he had a temperature. Sorry, he had a temperature. That's what it was. Okay, so just do a little brief review of how you go about this project. You're going to cut 32 or 66 or whatever you amount, because there's actually numbers that you can, it'll give you what size. So if you want a lap quilt, you cut 32 light fabrics of 8.5 inch squares and 32 dark fabrics of 8.5 inch squares. If you want a full size quilt, and and that's a good size. It is a good size too. You want 66, so you have to do 66 of light and 66 of dark. So you could totally bust your stash like crazy, or just happen to have 66, you know, squares of 8.5 by 8.5 that you could make this beautiful project. I have a lot of this peacock fabric that was donated by June. And we did a Quilt of Valor with her, some of her fabric, and there's lots of this. So I thought it would actually, in itself, would make a lovely quilt like this with that black and the white contrast. So, or a very nice light green or blue to accent the color that's in the peacock feather. So here, you guys can see a better look at it. Actually, I'll put it over here. But yeah, I may have enough fabric to do a full-size quilt on that one, so I wouldn't mind. I think that would look, once I had it cut, I'm like, ooh, that's sharp. I like that. That'd be pretty. Yeah, so that's, and then it's very easy to go from there. So it says, the best suggestion, so I'm going to go by her suggestion. She's Bonnie Hunter. She's famous. So, you know, and she's famous for scrappy quilts and doing stuff with her stash. So let's listen to the pro. This pattern is 16 years old, though. It's 2004. Okay, it's not that I think that really matters. You'll take your two fabrics together. You put your right sides together. And sometimes if it's a tone on tone, you really want to give it an extra look before, though you have one more chance to save it once you before you sew it. So, and then you're just going to go cut from one corner to the next, and then feed in your machine triangle after triangle after triangle after triangle. Okay, but if you go down the pattern, it actually gives you five options. The last one, if you wanted it going the lightning strike, it looks like a lightning strike going down, you'll have to make sure that your squares, you're going to have to put the right side on top of each other, and then that way, and then cut. So apparently that gives you, I just want to make sure, the note of it. Actually, I just want to read it here. Did I even print it off? Notice the, no, hold on. It's in here somewhere. Uphill, downhill, pages didn't get numbered. Well, I know it's on the website. So if you wanted the last one, you have to make sure you're cutting your fabric a bit different. Okay. Other than that, you're just going to get ups and downs looking like mountains. Okay. Very much what's going on right there. Okay. Yeah, start by taking two squares, one light, one dark, putting them right sides together with your ruler and rotary cutter, slice through the two squares from corner to corner. So I'd like to probably finish up this block first of sewing it together, and then we can start chopping and sewing like crazy. Isn't that cool? A nice free pattern. And good way to bust some fabrics. You know, most of these have some sort of a print or a texture to them, so, you know, it's going to make something pretty, I think. I'm hoping with it all together it will look pretty. So, oh, the feathers are awesome, aren't they? Okay. So once we get these cut into 2-inch strips, we've got to sew them down together. And then this block gets squared up to being 6 by 7.5. Okay, so it is a little bit narrower than it is longer. So it's a little bit longer than it is wide. Okay. And that's why you can kind of get away with an odd number of placement, because of the length and pattern. Okay, so let's do those two. Yeah, when you start off with 8.5-inch squares and you end up with a 6 by 7.5, you're like, wait a second here. And Pop and I were looking at the quilts online, and I'm like, okay, that's 12 across and 11 down. And then I was like, oh, right, the pattern's longer than it is. Look, we got the camera working. Woohoo! It just needed a restart or something last week, but it didn't get, we didn't figure that out before the stream, so we're sorry about that. Okay, and it says press to the dark, so I'm just going to do like a little finger press until I can get it to the iron board. Okay, I want to make sure all our, I'll press this way. Okay, there we go. I guess it would be the most that's dark. It's such pretty fabric. Okay, hold on. Lay these back out here. Oh, did I messed this up already? Oh, for Pete's sakes. Good gravy, Laura Lynn. Here. Oh. It's a good thing we're all in this together. Oh, no, I didn't. I just had it turned upside down. It's all right. Magic! Oh, boy. That's all good. It's like, wait a minute here. Something doesn't look right. And just a nice 1/4 inch seam allowance. Put your little foot on. It'd almost be like a little bit of mindless sewing. Innocent. Sure. And then you square up to 6 by 7.5. No, there's very little green on that one. All right, let's do this one again. Here. It's like I'm pretty sure I grabbed them right. How did I mess that up? It doesn't take much. One flip, one flop, and then you're like, what? Seam ripper, seam ripper. Okay, and then this will go there, so let's put this in this. So I think we'll do this more in an assembly line sort of fashion. Get them all cut and triangle sewn from there, and then we'll just, that's how we're gonna make this project go. Okay, there we go. There's that one. Put those two together, and that builds out our nice peak. People out for a walk. That's good, good, good. There we go. So there is our peak up and our peak down. And if we were to put it together either way, let's do the light so you can see that here. And then we'll do the dark so you can see that there. And then you can flip and flop these in many different ways, and they got all sorts of fun ones. And ones here there you can put them in the corners so that these kind of make like a square. It's like, oh yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Or something like that. I don't know. It's weird. Yeah, so that is the block. Just give that a little heat loving, and then we'll get some cutting done. Let's go this way. And I tried to choose patterns. It didn't matter whether they were flopped upside down or whatever, for colors. And of course, of what I could get a couple of cuts out of. I think I tried to choose four of each of the colors that I chose, and then went from there, see what it would make. A couple left over will make a nice little pillow or something. So that's cute. And then that way too. Oh. Well, let's get some more done. Hello, Annie. Oh, what's going on? Happy everybody's here. These are right side together. Nope. Wait a second here. There we go. Right sides together. Because I'm making the ups and the downs. So, but if you wanted to make that last pattern, you have to make sure that you're doing your cuts a bit different, okay? So on that free pattern, exclamation zigzag. Okay, so we'll just start feeding those through the machine. Just kind of get a little stack going on here. Matching up. Remember, when it comes to tone on tones, you kind of have to be a little careful. Of course, you can cut a few more at a time, but if I really want to keep them from point to point, so. Well, like I said, at least the sun's out now, but it was blizzarding. Gotta love Canada weather. Okay. Hello, Cynthia. What's going on with you today? What's everybody doing? Hanging out here? So I've got a quilt request from, remember the sheep quilt? She would like another one with tractors. So I'll make it. Should be fun doing that one. That'll be a nice weekend project. Hello, Pepsi girl, Miss Viv. What's going on? How's the UK today? I am cutting triangles for 8.5 by 8.5 inch squares together. This one, that doesn't really matter for that one, it's a solid. And then I'm going to sew those triangles. I thought of also, you know, using the ruler tool of a 1/4 inch, marking it first, then you got to mark it. Here you can just cut and sew and chain, right? So yeah, it made sense. And as long as you're sewing within a 1/4 inch seam allowance, everything's good, right? So. What part of Ohio? Says Robin to Cynthia. What did I miss? Did you ever finish the cross stitch? That was when I have not touched it since the last time. I've only was doing it on the video on the live stream, so that's all I was doing it at. I thought about it this week. Let's just say I thought about it. That's okay, Wendy. Happy you're here. We're working on a free pattern from Bonnie Hunter. It's a 2004 pattern called Majestic Mountains, I believe is the name. The pattern we're doing is called Zigzag, but there is 5 options to choose from for layouts for this. If you just go to exclamation zigzag, it shows all 5 of them there. So we're doing the first one because that's the one I liked. So, but I do like the other ones there too. I think it's not the last one. I think it's the one on the lower right hand corner. I like that layout too because it looked a little flippy floppy. Hello, Rena. Could you draw a line from corner to corner and sew? Oh, of course you could. Easy peasy. And then do the cuts then, yes. I was just going by the instructions of Miss Bonnie Hunter on how to do this quilt. Probably I would think the most efficiently because she's such a scrappy person and scrap buster. That's kind of what I was going. So yes, but I am doing it the directions. So I know it's so few and far between I follow the directions. But I try. I try. The owl quilt is on the long arm. Miss Lois is very excited for Wednesday when I'll be showing the video, or showing a video, I haven't done it yet, of me quilting up some of the big owl. It's going to be so cute. Yeah, there you go, Ann. There you go, Ann. Free pattern. And it's cute. And like, I like it that you got with this one block, you can have 5 options. You know, I like that for a quilt project. So what if you didn't like the zigzag? You didn't like the mountain one, but you liked a couple of the other ones that are there. Then, you know, have at it. We're still doing it together. You're just making yours a little bit different, right? It's going to look different. I think if you still use the tone-on-tone lights, you'll be, you know, be just fine. Yep, right there, free, Miss Bonnie Hunter. I've always wanted to do one, and I don't have the book, and it's kind of hard to share patterns with everybody when I'm trying to bust my scraps, and you want to bust your scraps too. You know, how can I share our pattern without having to go buy something? Because I don't always want to have to buy something. We bought the seahorse, which was fine. That was last year, and it was a gift for somebody too. So that, you know, and it was nice to add to our collection because I made one for Pop, and then I made that big quilt for Kyla and the family. So like, we try not to spend too much, for sure. Try to find lots of free ones, and there's a few out there. And there seemed to be a few on a couple people's list of getting this one done. So, hello, Steph. Welcome back to the group. I'm saving well. Hope you're saving well. Hope everybody's saving well. Especially with everybody wanting to be outside and hang out with your neighbor and stuff like that, or hang out with family. I think we're getting a jump on this, but we just have to be patient. Yeah, so I'm just cutting 8.5-inch squares, one light, one dark, together. Cutting them on the diagonal from one corner to the next. And then I'm going to chain piece them all through the machine to get all of them done. Okay. I was trying to figure, do I do all of them or just chain piece some and then come back so I can show a mix of everything, or you just sitting and watching me sew for 20 minutes? Pop and I have to go into town. Our little Walmart order is ready, so we've got a 5 to 6 p.m. pickup. So we'll be doing that after the stream. That doesn't seem like it's square enough. That seems like it's short. Yeah, that's only 8, not 8.5. Let me have to go out. Somehow that slipped. Both sides are beautiful of this fabric, so it's kind of hard to tell which one is which is the right. And once you sew these triangles together, you're going to square up the block to 8 inches, and then from there you're going to cut it 2 inches, and then that becomes your block once you sew it together. Anybody got any big plans for tomorrow, or I guess more like dinner plans? Are any of your places open? How is your feeling on that? It's called Majestic Mountains there, Carla, and if you go exclamation zigzag, you get a copy of the free pattern. It's a Bonnie Hunter quilt. Link goes 5th grade page on Bonnie Hunter. Uh-oh. Did I? I swear that was the link I had. Oh, it works for Pop. That's weird. Anybody else having issues with the pattern? Because someone else said they liked it too, so I don't know what's going on. Oh, you totally. If you're talking about this quilt sass, for sure. I even said that in the beginning. You can totally bust it with a bigger piece, or even maybe a smaller piece. But you just have to be, you know, consciously aware you're going to work on a smaller block, right? So, no problem here. A lot of cutting. I wouldn't think too much there, Pat. You gotta. Well, you know, you're right. You're right, because you have to cut this, then square it up, and then trim it again. And then sew it together and then trim it up again. So you're right. Actually, you are right. There is a lot of sewing. Did you see that half square triangle project? That was a lot of sewing. It's coming up as a web page, not a PDF download. Yeah, it should come up as a web page, because that was... And then from there you can get the pattern, or that is the link to the pattern. Or at least so that I thought. Putty tat. There you go, Sheree. Yeah, that sure was a lot of sewing. Yeah. Yes, it was. That's okay. Does anybody remember the, hold on, what did we end up calling it in that video? It was the taco sombrero hat. Remember that one with the 2.5-inch strips? I was trying to make something different. I made something different, all right. All right, we're almost there. Get them all cut first, then we'll chain piece them through. Oh, I think I needed more colors of cream, didn't I? Yes, I think I did. But that's okay. We'll use up all that we have, because I know I won't go through them all today. So I can find some more. Forgot I was running a few short. And then I got sidetracked by shiny objects. Yeah, it's from 2004. Yep. 2004. What was I in how old was I in 2004? 16 years ago, which would have been 32. Yeah, it would have been 32. Boy, that's when we moved to, actually we moved back from the UK in 2004. At the end of 2004. I was 21. I wish I was. No, actually, I don't. I'm happy. I'm happy being 48. I feel I've earned it. You know, I've done some good. I feel like I've done some good. At least I hope I have. All right, one more. Right sides together. All right, and then we're going to chain piece all these beauty triangles right through Janie, all the way. So put the pedal to the metal. What was I short? I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I need 6 more. That's all. Okay, no worries. Okay, that's a lot, isn't it? Why are you not using the Acu quilt? What do you mean? My Acu quilt, my cutter, because it doesn't have a 8.5-inch square. It's easier to cut big squares like this. Oh, what on this? What are we doing? You're gonna have to restart the software? Yeah. Okay. All right, sir. All right, we'll be right back. We have to restart the software, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back, okay? I'll wait for you. Or you'll have to wait for us. We're waiting. Assuming Pop can. I don't know what's going on. No. We're going to have to reload. So I think, I'm not sure, something's going on. Yeah, and your mic can go exactly, right? Okay, I guess we're back, right? Okay, alrighty. Sweet, that didn't take too long. Okay, yep, a little delayed, but that's alright. No big deal. Alright, feed it underneath the machine. I do all of these. So I'll be distracted for a moment, so no shenanigans. Sass. But this does seem to be the best way to, you know, if you're gonna do it at home, this is what you would do for most time efficient. Chain piece, press all, cut all, sew all, you know, those sorts of steps. Sometimes I like, you know, just doing a few steps of one and then not continue on to the next. Depends on, you know, what it is we're doing. Yeah, so far we're still on course to be at the school at the end of the month, but I guess we'll still have to see about that. It is a lot of half-square triangles, Nadine. That it is. But not as many as I need. Unfortunately, I forgot to cut some extra fabric. That's okay. I only need 6, so easily handled. This is going to take us a few sessions of working on anyway, so because there's lots, as we were talking about, lots of cutting involved. But you do get that. It's such a pretty little pattern, so. I could see it on a bigger scale and a smaller scale. I am from upstate New York, says Tammy. Okay, well, glad you're here. Happy you're here, Tammy. You're not that far from us. Did you get snow this morning, too? Or southeastern Ontario? Southeastern? Southwestern? I don't know. We're down here. Yeah, be right over. I wish. I'd take a helper. Could be my pressing buddy. Press them and square them up. Oh. Got a little munchie on the corner. Oh no. Okay, what's that? I'll have to pick that stitch out. Hold on. Yeah, no, he's busy doing something else. I'm not sure what he's doing, but he's busy doing something else. There we go. Yeah, I got 3 cubic yards of soil dropped off on Tuesday, and I shoveled some. I filled up all the flower pots that we had from, you know, previous flowers and strawberries and whatever, and put all fresh soil in there, and it's going to get some of my squashes started. So, but I knew the cold weather was coming. I just wish I would have got more of it shoveled, so. I'm not as young as I think I am. Lots of soil. Got to top up the 2 big beds and then the little bed where the strawberries were for the past couple of years. I cleaned that all out completely. So I thought about making it potatoes there because it's a nice big square. It's like a meter square. Thought I'd make a nice mix of red and white baby potatoes. Thought that would be nice in there. We'll see. Pop says it might not because it needs a little bit more of a sandy soil, but I can help with that too. So just by adding some sand. Uh-oh, what happened, Jackie? Oh, I heard. Sorry to hear that. No. You needed your seam ripper this morning, could not find it, and switched to cooking. The seam ripper rolled out underneath your seams. You just needed to take a break. We'll get through this. We will. We'll get through this. We'll get through this. We have the skills. Just chain piecing. Simply old chain piecing. Line that back up. And she does say you could go bigger. Or bigger triangles, like if you wanted to maybe try and cut it at, what is it, 8 3/8 or something like that, you would have to, less chance of you actually having to trim up, but, you know, the bigger the triangle, she says, the more wonky it gets sometimes, no matter how much you try, so I guess take that into thought. Well, look at the piles, they're getting smaller. I'm on to an Amy Bradley design, a big applique called the Quilt Diva. It's huge. Really? Did you share that in the membership group? The guild member site? www.wesewit.com. Can you join us there? You guys should have got your member video, the member plus, the paid members. They should have got their video this week or earlier. It's coming along quite nicely with all those beautiful colors. Hello, Sonia. what's going on? We're working on half square triangles, really big ones. This is not a bag. I assure you, this is not a bag. This is going to be Majestic Mountain, also known as exclamation zigzag for free pattern. It's a Bonnie Hunter from 2004. Yeah, 16 years ago, 2004. And it has 5 different layouts of how you can put these big half square triangles together. We have to cut them up first. But it is quite neat. And I've liked it and admired it every time I went past on, you know, Facebook or Pinterest or whatever. And then when I happened to come across it, actually I had three selected for this project, and Pop liked this one, so I'm like, perfect. That was my first choice, but I did have other ones just in case. So, and the next one we're going to do is also a Bonnie Hunter one as well, very much a scrap buster, a mix and match. You name it, and you can use anywhere from 2-inch strips to like 4-inch strips or something like that. So really kind of, and they don't have to be straight. So they can be all sort of wackadoodle pieces. So that's going to be fun. That's when you just dump the bucket and just start pulling out like crazy. Oh, Sherry, when will be your next 12-hour stream? The 30th of May, Miss Sherry. 30th of May, 12 hours. We will hang out and sing a few songs and dance along. And we'll make some bags and a block of the month of Pop's quilt. Doo-doo-doo. Very excited to get working on that too. It's looking so nice. And now that we're making more progress of the mountains up and down and stuff, it's beautiful. It's making me excited to have it all finished up. Yes, 12 hours on the 30th. Hello, April. Hello, Kathleen. Miss Gwenny, I think I might have seen Miss Gwenny's name this morning. Or this afternoon. You won the bobbin chicken race this week. Had 5 inches left and thought that was good. It's always a race when it comes to the bobbin. Hello, Marguerite. Dog is, and he wants to play with me. He wants to hang out. Wants mama love. Yeah, no kidding, right, Pat? You get over here. I think that was, yeah. You love to iron? Oh, it's all you. It's all you. Have at her. No thanks. I know I have to, but that'll be the next step, is go stand in there and iron them all to the dark. Press to the dark side. We're getting there, though. It's going to be some beautiful color once we get them out. You can see the blocks in great detail once we get them underneath there, and you can see them get all pressed up. I tried to pick different colors of lights and darks mixed so they're not always the same. Different tones. Yeah, some very pretty colors. And you kind of have to go, when you have to do darks and lights, you really kind of have to go dark-ish, like, so you get that dark tone next to that white to help really make the mountains and the ups and the down peaks really stand out, right? Especially when you're looking at it from a distance. I think this would be lovely in just even a two-tone, like a red and white, or, you know, blue and white, or something like that. It'd be very pretty. Nothing better than a free pattern, that's for sure. And like I said, I have about, I think it's 2-inch squares or 2.5-inch squares, a couple of little trays full of them, and I'll make a nice little, the one that has the small border on the image, I'll make that out of the 2 or 2.5-inch squares. Oops, my corner got folded down there. And that'll add another dimension of color too, of lights and darks. Because they're already pre-cut, and I was just going to take the lights and the darks out of them, and there'll be different colors than what's in the mountains of the quilt. At least most of the fabric would be different. Some might still be same. So I am building out the lap quilt, which is 32 of lights and 32 of dark, 8.5-inch squares. And then, like I said, you put them together, right sides together, cut down the center, corner to corner, and then feed them under the machine as chain pieced. Or almost there. We're getting there. The pile is definitely dwindling. Get the clippers out? Yeah, it is almost. I thought about it. Like I could seriously have the shortest hair in the house right now. Just some bzz, bzz, bzz. You buzz cut. Done that before. Shaved my head. Donated it all to cancer. In honor of my mother-in-law. Oh, we only got a handful left. Was it 8? 8 more triangles? And then we get to press. That shouldn't take too long. Far less than the sewing. And then from there, it's squaring. And then chopping up. So we have to cut 2-inch strips once we square it up to 8. All right, 5 more. cut 8 inches off my hair. It feels great. It's now mid-back. Oh, it's nice sometimes when you get that, you know, especially when your hair is heavy, and I have thick hair. And that's one of the reasons why I ended up chopping it all off to begin with. It was driving me nuts. It was giving me headaches all the time. So, and that's the way my mom ended up being. She was, because I'd say she had mid hair. It wasn't always short, but as she got into her late 30s, 40s, and she always had it short, like very buzz cut with a little floof on top. Oops, I want floof. I'm the floof. Hello, Vicky Lemire. One more after this, and then it's pressing time. Let's get pressing. Oh, nice 77 thumbs up. That's nice. Thanks everybody for the thumbs up. Appreciate it. All right. Okay, now we get to clip all these apart, which is really easy. We'll do that right here. I'm just gonna go get some more water first. Be right back. Oh. Oh, we got our fruits and vegetables arrived. Very nice. We got some beets and some pears and tomatoes and honey crisp apples. Awesome. Okay. Now to clip them all apart. Yeah, this is we order them from a local place called Country Crops, and if I usually order Thursday or Friday, it gets Saturday. Sometimes we've had same day delivery. Sometimes we've had just within a couple hours because a couple of my neighbors work there, so they'll just drop it off on their way home. So yeah, and we can order fresh fruits and vegetables. And most of it's locally grown. Sometimes they have to outsource some stuff, like which is understandable, like avocados. When avocados don't really grow in Ontario. Not that I know of anyways. But yeah, it's mix and match. I got some beets and some sweet potatoes to go with tomorrow night's dinner. So we got a fresh longhorn roast from a local cattle place, Fourth Line Cattle Company. So excited about that. That's a lot of blocks here. So is anybody going to do this free pattern? Exclamation! There we go. Thank you. Awesome. See, I was reading my mind. Anybody going to do this pattern? Is anybody going to do this pattern? I want to see your work in progress. Anybody can do this pattern? Now, it had different colored mountains and different colored, like, ups and downs, fabrics, blocks next to each other. So they don't have to be two the same to go next to each other to make it look like it's supposed to. You can use the different mixes of the lights and the darks. So we'll see that as it starts to come. I'm making all the blocks first, and then we will put the rows together. But all the blocks are going to be made first. So normally I'd, make some blocks, make a row, make some blocks, make a row, but not this time. Okay, so here is those twos and ups and downs. Press into the dark. There we go. You just copied the pattern? It's easy. It's not a hard one, that's for sure. Of course, you could just make a quilt with those pieces right there. You don't have to do anything else with them if you don't want to. You can make stars. You can make oh my God, there's so many patterns you can do with half square triangles. Just the flip and flop and layout and blocks designs and stuff. Yeah, totally. So many. This way. I'll get it. I'll get there. Who's got a birthday? Happy birthday. Whoever's got a birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Yes, happy birthday. Hope you have a fantastic day. Indeed, indeed. A couple of branches are brushing up against the window, but it sounds like a little squeaker, 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 squeaker. I'll have to trim them. Don't usually hear it because I'll have the TV on or the something on. Oops, pressing the wrong way. This way first, then this way. You love the red? Is that this one here with the wheat? Is that the one you were talking about? Yeah, it's kind of orange and red. It's very pretty. That was donated by Miss Jo Marie. I'll take anything she gets that she doesn't want. She's only got so much space, and she's got to keep it within her space, right? So, and you know, I'm all up for recycling. And I do some. I think this was also another one from her stash. This right here, this little flowers. So, you know, I'm making all sorts of fun stuff with it. You know, inspiration for me, but she may be tired of looking at it because she's already put like 3 projects together or something. Or, you know, done with that, moving on. So. Oops. Honest, I'm here, just doing all the work. Lots of pressing to do. And then lots of cutting. Be do-si-do and squaring up time. Yeah, we're gonna have, I'm not sure what's for breakfast. I know sausages are, the little breakfast sausages. That's all I know. So, I think Pop said he was gonna handle that because he had a feeling Munchkin wouldn't be up at my time. That I would want to, that, you know, time I would want breakfast. Oops, wrong way. What, whoa. It's okay. Good thing a little steam can persuade that. Not steam, heat, sorry. Not that fabric. It's just pretty on one side as it is the other. Right. Getting there. Stack is dwindling. Oh, oops. Forgot to cut those ones apart. Whoa. We had chicken fingers, just to, you know, toss in the oven chicken fingers. We had those for lunch. And I think we were going to pick up something in town for dinner, something quick and easy on the way home, because we had to go to Walmart to pick up our grocery order. At least our last order, we actually got paper towels and toilet paper, so that was good. We didn't end up running out, so thank goodness. I mean, we don't have hoards either, so we only have whatever the packages in the cupboard. We're not one of those peoples. These two would be pretty together. Nice big quilt of red and white. Little flower on the white, and then that texture, like marble bit on the red. I think that would be a lovely quilt. Hello, Sue. What's going on? Okay, I can't see all the text, so I'm just trying to iron and look up and see if I catch anything. Because sometimes you got guys, too many conversations going on. I can't follow. You're okay? That's good. That's good. I'll have to be sure to call my sisters tomorrow and wish them a happy Mother's Day. And my sister-in-law as well, and then her birthday. My sister-in-law's birthday is on Monday. And then my mom's birthday would have been on Thursday. She would have been 75 on Thursday. That doesn't seem like a very big number. Only a few more half square triangles to go. Oh, drop into the floor. Don't drop to the floor. I do love that peacock feather though. That black, it's just gorgeous. I have to do something special with it for our members, paid members of our guild website. That'll be a nice project to gift to them after we finish this one that we're working on. Oops, pressed it the wrong way. Don't be so silly. Those two, nice aqua or mint green and that peacock color. I think just be such a stunning looking quilt. Just those colors, let alone what pattern we decide to use. Almost there. I like this red and black paisley as well. We got that for a Japanese quilt I was doing. Pop picked out this fabric. And she loved it. It was it was a panel, and then I made up more fans to go around and made the fan block. It was pretty. It was quite pretty. It was a custom order. Alright, now pop those there. These ones have to be clipped apart. And then one went on the floor. Okay. Do 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 do. Right, last but not least, for this section today, all right, now we get to square them all up. Here comes the hard work. Oops. Bye, Vicky. See ya. Paisley reminds you of microbiology. Yes, it does, I guess, with the starting of the cell. Isn't it, Sue? It is gorgeous. Really, Pauline? It doesn't seem very old. You know what I mean? Like, I know Pop's mom didn't even make it to 60. But it still seems like 74 seems young. Or almost 75, you know what I mean? Alright, now, fun part. Square up to 8. They are pretty close to being 8 inches, but some need just a little bit of, you know, sometimes persuasion. I guess it depends on the material too, because some can be a little bit more stretchier than others when it comes to pressing. Okay, so that's one. You may get strips, you may not get strips. You may just get little ears and tails. I'm trying to line it up. Here's my 8 and my 8, okay? And of course my center line, I'm trying to make sure is right on the center of my block. Don't worry about the red marks, it's for something else. It looks like I could trim, if I scoot this down here, that makes it as square as it's going to be on that side. Trim up on this. It all depends on how well you cut your blocks at 8.5 to begin with, right? So, okay. Move all the fluff to the side. Do what you like with it. Now we're going to rest this other end that we just trimmed up on the 8th line. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's on the 8th and then across. Okay. Like I said, sometimes you're going to get little tiny strips. Sometimes you're just going to get a couple of ears. Okay. So the blocks are squares to 7 inches. No, they're actually a 6 by 7.5 inch square. It's not, or a block. I was going to say it's not a square. It's not a square block. That kind of threw me off too first as well, Kelly. So I was like, wait, okay, hold on. And I'm like, the math isn't right on how big this was. And I'm like, oh, righty, okay, I get it now. So yeah, it is. It ends up being, you'll have to trim it to 7.5, okay? But it ends up being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess you have to trick, because right now I'm getting 8 by 6.5. I wonder if that's going to make a difference. If I don't have to chop off a 1/2 inch, right? So, because I'd have to do it on both sides, or one of these, because I don't want to miss that peak, right? So you'd have to be very careful on where you're trimming it. I think to be really, really picky, really picky. I did that one already, just making sure. Now I'm resting it right on the 8th line. It may just get absolutely like just fluffs, but still the fluffs, if not squared up, doesn't make a square quilt. Yep, zigzag, I'll take you to the pattern, Karen. Happy you're here. My neighbor, a couple of streets over, is selling birdhouses, homemade birdhouses that he's made. And I used to work with his wife a long time ago. And so we're gonna stop by there on our way out and grab my birdhouse, because I wanted a birdhouse for Mother's Day. Zigzag, you betcha. You betcha, Lee. Zigzag will get you. Yeah, because we're doing the zigzag pattern of this, because there's 5. There's actually 5 options with this block layout. Isn't that kind of cool? Don't usually get. You want a longer brother? He said it like that. If I can make it happen for you, Lise, I would. I'd wiggle my nose and wiggle my toes and cast the magic spells. I'd give everybody one. Oops. What is the squares you are using called? What is the square? This one is a squaring up ruler. It's an Olfa, sorry. QR12S, so I guess 12 square. It makes it 12.5 inch by 12.5 inch. So, yeah, Pop got this at an auction for like $5. And I never had one before, and I didn't really know what a squaring up ruler was. I mean, I knew you squared things up, but I didn't know there was actually a ruler for it at that point in time. You know, I was an old-fashioned quilter, right? So cut by, scissors and pattern, and then it was like rotary cutter. Woo! This is a whole new world with rotary cutter, that's for sure. So I had that for quite a long time. Next weekend, once we get the quilt swatch, I'll show you the 2 I made for Pop that are, one's at least 22 years old, and the other one is about, and he sleeps with it every night. I'm gonna say it's 16 years old. Yeah. And the first one is just tied. It's just tied with yarn. Hand stitched. No, I don't even think I hand stitched. I had to hand stitch a lot of the seams afterwards, after all some of the washing and the use. But oh, it's, they're pretty. They're pretty quilts. Because I was gonna say, I don't think you guys have ever seen Pop's quilts. I am squaring to 8 inches right now, Donna P. I am 8 inch because that's what they asked you to do. And then from this point on, you're gonna line up your two. It doesn't. I guess it doesn't really matter, but you know, I guess because you had the 2 squares to begin with. So here, let me show you quick on this one because it's the same. Okay. Once you get them squared up, okay, you're gonna lay them on top of each other, the right sides together, but you're going to make sure they're flopped. So whatever's dark up here, light down here is going to be light up here, dark down there. Okay, you're going to line them right up on each other. Get them all stacked because you're going to make a high and a low at the same time. Okay, put it in on your board or whatever is going to get you your 2-inch cut. Okay, so line it up. After you've got them squared to 8, okay, and then you're going to come down and go 2 inches, 2 inches, and 2 inches, okay? And then this is going to get you, if you flip it this way, it's so much easier. Just flip it up, just like this, okay? There's nothing magical about it. Okay, there. And now you have them just like this. Now you want to take this one and do that, and this one and do that, and this one do that, and this one is that. Okay, and then the same. Here, here, here. Oh, sorry, I did that wrong. Hold on. I'm just putting it the same way. Don't be a dork. There. There, there, and there. There we go. Sorry, brain fart there. Okay, is that neat? It is pretty easy. It's like boom, boom, magic, and it's snowing again. It's sunny and it's sewing. And then you sew these together, and then you get 2, just like this. You get an up and a down. And that's going to get you your highs and your lows on your peaks of your mountains, or any one of the other patterns you choose to use. Isn't that cool? Here, so you can actually see it. So there's that one. And then this one. Okay. And that's all we do. And then we just sew these strips together, and that gets you those. Isn't that cool? Bye, Betsy. See you later. You wouldn't mind a birdhouse? He does some really nice ones, so. The one I picked should go on a 4x4 post, but he said I could just put some little hooks in it if I wanted to hang it, so. All right, now I don't want to lose these 2, so I'm going to sew them together right now, okay? And that's how we put them all together. Super easy. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And then they get squared up once they're at this stage. I haven't squared these one up. It's apparently 6 by 7.5. So, but if I'm getting 6.5 by 8, why can't I just leave the 8? Why do I have to trim up a half? You know what I mean? But I may not all blocks come out to be 8. They may, I'm assuming they would be, because this is the 8 part. Like, you know what I mean? So, I was like, is it going to sit any different if it goes, oops, I should finish this one off first. 8 or 7.5? I can't see it doing that. Okay, 1, 2, 3, yep, there we go. I like it. I love the darker color. Janice, yeah, of all the block. Well, I like the dark and the light combination of the one that they had on the website. I'm like, oh, I like the dark. Even though the blues and the creams and greens and stuff like that and tans was a very lovely one as well. Very soft and toned. So there we go. There's one. Okay. And then we'll get this one done. Catch me first. Catch me if you can. Okay, once we get these two where they need to be, what's our other one? Right? Yes, okay. Just having a brain fart there for a moment. I thought I was doing something wrong. Nope, 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 nope. All good. All good. And then just give them a press and that's it. Remind me of some of you growing up here on the West Coast. Oh, very nice, Kathy. Yeah, it's done by a few people. I found it as a free pattern from Bonnie Hunter. So that is how I came across it. There we go. So you would want it so it went this way, I would think, wouldn't you? Or you could have it that way. I mean, there's so many different ways you can point this out. Oh, here. There we go. Innocent? I don't know about that. What time is it? 2:30? Okay. All right, so I think those are the ones I had squared up. Oh, did I? I had some squared up, didn't I? Yes, I did. Here, there we go. Back over here. This one. Yeah, so pretty cute. It's gonna look lovely. It's a good way to bust your stash too. And you make so. Can you imagine nice red and green and white for Christmas, or you know, any sort of celebration? Be pretty colors. Like I said, even a two-tone would be lovely. But she is innocent, isn't she? She keeps claiming, so. Figure after all this time, we must believe her. Sometimes. When it's convenient. It is pretty, isn't it, Lena? That's actually from the Northcott Sesquicentennial fabric. So that's why it was in my stash. I made a project with it. Hello, Alexandra. You are watching us. That's what's going on. We are putting the quilt top together, starting our project. Right now I'm squaring up blocks to 8 inches. If you would like the free pattern, it is exclamation zigzag, and it'll pop up in the chat, and you can click the link and go get it. It is free. It is a Bonnie Hunter from 2004. She's magical. That's what it is. You'll see I'm always keeping my fingers away from the blade. I like my fingers. I'm quite attached to them. All sorts of bones and ligaments and muscles and stuff. Yeah. So, nope. I keep fingers. Hello, Josie. What's going on in your neighborhood today? The sun is shining, but we did have a blizzard here this morning. And it was snowing not too long ago. It's gorgeously sunny right now. Well, cloudy, sunny, and some snowflakes. But it's not sticking around. It's melting. Which is good, because I'd like to get my plant started. Already a third into the May. The growing season is very limited around here. Nice to meet another Billings. June, we found you a friend. Yeah, the link was there. Oh, you're welcome there, Kari. How about her? It's a beautiful pattern, and there's 5 different options of how you can put it together. So, and if you like the last option, then you got to make sure you read the pattern all the way through, because the laying out of the squares when you go to cut them in half is different. So, but that's only for the last pattern, because it's got what is it? It said a lightning strike or lightning zag or something like that. It wasn't my favorite. But there was the two that I really liked. This one, the mountain, the up and the down of the peaks, and I think it's the 4th one that I really liked as well, the layout of it. I just thought it was kind of funky. And it shows you what it looks like in 2 tones. I think it's a burgundy and a gold or something like that. It's very pretty. So even if the tones were close together, not necessarily a light and a dark, it still looks really nice. Now, some people say, squaring up is worth it. Some people say it's a waste of time. It is up to you. I like my things to try to match up the best I can. So I don't, as much as I don't like squaring up, I know it's necessary. So trust me, I learned that with the half square triangles. That was a game on patience on that one. And we all know, sometimes I don't have a lot of patience. You love grape tomatoes? I like grape tomatoes in a salad with like avocado and cucumber and maybe some mango or pear, apple. Pop likes Honeycrisp apples, so I made sure to grab him some of those from the market. And then we checked the list over, and he goes, "There's no broccoli or beans." I'm like, "Those are green vegetables." Are you sure? Exclamation zigzag, or you can click the link just above depending on when you got in the chat. So it says pattern here. The Mama Pop Quilt Shop bot. There's a link right there, and it's a free Bonnie Hunter. I know it's on Lois's list of things to do. What about Allison? Is Allison in the chat? I keep missing her chat if she's chatting. This might be something right up her alley too. Especially busting all scraps. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I know nothing about quilting or sewing and you have to square up every single corner. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. There is a bag in the corner over there that has 675 half square triangles in it. And I had to iron and square up every single one. Yeah. Yeah. Thought I was going to go a little cuckoo, cuckoo. But I didn't. Did I? Did I go cuckoo? I think the jury's still out on that one. Yeah. It does. It really does, Heather. I think it would be quite, efficient to plug away at it. And, of course, you guys would be doing it faster because you get in the zone. But if you want things to stick together and come together accurately, Alexandra, you do have to square up. And you do want things to look their best. You don't want the mismatched seams, or if you can line them up, and they're supposed to be lined up, and they're not lining up, is maybe because you need to square it up. So, but that's why, some of those quilts are so beautiful, and they are a bit time consuming. And when somebody says, it took them 80 hours or 40 hours to make that quilt, believe them, because I'm sure darn well it did. So, because you don't want to know the amount of hours I have in that half square triangle bag. I didn't go crazy. Helly says it's too late for me. It's just no hope. Yeah, we usually hang out here on the weekends, on Saturdays at 1 p.m. for a few hours, usually 2 to 3. And then once a month, we usually have a 12-hour, and that's coming up on the 30th of this month. We have a 12-hour live stream from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern. Who's making a mess over here? Save it as a JPEG. Okay. Oh, is that the file? Okay. I'm going to start overlap a lot. Hello, Pop. Hello. What you making? Okay. Hello, Kathleen. We're making the exclamation zigzag quilt from Bonnie Hunter called the Majestic Mountains, I believe is what it is. And this is 4 blocks so far. And it would go like this and like this. Hopefully you can see that a bit. And it's got peaks and valleys as it's going across. Okay. Let me get this on the squares. See, it's already starting to take shape a bit, eh? Looks nice. And there's a couple of sizes you could do. Of course, you can make up your own size, but I'm doing the lap one, which is 32 squares of light and 32 squares of dark. And then you're putting them together. The large quilt, I believe, is 66 light and 66 dark. Okay. Do-do-do. Pop's actually got to go into the office on Monday, so I thought about tagging along and just sitting in the car, or going on my own little adventure while he was there, see what was open. I haven't been into, a big city. No, Orangeville's not that big, but Guelph is fair size, in like 2 months. 2.5 months. I don't get out much. Sewing room floor needed vacuuming. Yeah. I get in trouble for that. Sylvia will walk away with like things in between the toes of her paws, and I'd be like, oh, now it went into the other room, and I was trying to contain it here. Just doesn't always work that way. Just doesn't always work that way. Way too early for him. He's probably wondering what the heck it is you're doing up so early or so late. Oh, it does look like the rays of this. Yeah, I didn't think it. Yeah, it does. It really does. Good observation there, Kathleen. Yeah, Southern style. It does, Janice. It really does. I would notice that too. And the fourth one that's got it like weeble wobble, like some of the corners are pointed together, so it looks like you can make a square. I thought that was kind of nice. All five are nice designs. I just had two that were more my favorite out of them. So, like I said, if you're interested in the last one, which is like a lightning strike or a big zigzag or something, you'll have to cut your fabric a bit different. So, make sure you're taking that into note. Pick your block, and then of course, if you decide between one or two, you can always just make all your blocks first and go from there, right? And then start putting your twins together, and then cutting them. Yay for vitamin D! We all need it. We definitely all need it. I think it's 60 by 70. This one's going to be there, Sue Bryant. I think that's one of the size I'm doing the lap, but I'm also going to add a little tiny scrappy border of 2-inch squares. I think they're 2 inches. And then a thicker border, which is pretty much the checkered print that are the big eyebrows for the owl. So that'll be a border. And I have to say, it was hard. If you look at that owl quilt one more time, the plaid is in such a way that it's the same angle on both sides for that big blue eyebrow. That took some time to figure out how that was going. It's like am I thinking about this too much? I'm like, okay, I can't have the plaid sitting weird. So like that's, they have to be the same. When someone looks at it, I want them eyebrows to be exactly the same. So I had to make sure every little angle, every little cross part of the eyebrow, because it was cross-hatched, right? It was plaid. I had to make sure it was all, it was like, whew, okay. And then when I finally got it out and cut it out, well, I look like I traced it out right, but you can't tell until you actually cut it, right? So it's like, whew, okay, I did good. I did good. Those eyebrows look really good. I was like, maybe I should have thought about what fabric I was using before I chose that one, because I didn't think about it till I had the first one cut out, and like, oh, I gotta line this up. It gotta look like it's the same side. Oh no. Way to give a challenge to yourself there, Laura Lynn. You can do it, I know you can. But that was, oh no, I'm afraid. I had lots to play with, thank goodness. So if I made a mistake, I could have cut another one, but I didn't. So miracles do exist. Under my table are 3 containers, 1 large box for scraps, a smaller box for 2 small leftovers, and a trash can. That's good. I have a lower shelf that I put my pedal up on, and my feet. My feet are sitting right now. We're getting there, we're getting there. Beady-bop, we're getting there. There was actually a black cat at the end of Munchkin's car yesterday. Sophie and I were sitting on the deck, and we saw the cat. And of course, my heart leapt, of course, because I was like, oh no, it can't be Clive because Clive's gone. But as soon as I said to Sophie, because I'd always say, Sophie, that's our cat, no worries, that's our cat. As soon as I said, that's not our cat, she was off the deck and boom, she was chasing that. She went through the neighbor's fence, our fence between the neighbors, because there's a bit of a gap in it. She was gone. She was chasing that cat to get it the heck out of here. I'm like, that poor kitty's just been scared out of its life. I didn't realize she was going to take off like that. I was like, whoa, okay. Whoops. That's not our kitty, I said, and then she's gone. Just as soon as I said, not our kitty. I was like, okie dokie. Sophie's on guard duty. And she came back right away when I said, Sophie, come, told her no, to stop chasing it through the fence. I didn't mind it chasing it off our property, but she was so gung-ho, though. I can certainly get them for you, Miss June, and especially now that the camera's all up nice and close. Sophie, come. Peoples want to see you. Come. She's coming. Comers. Are you sleepyhead? Come here. No, this side. It's good side. It's good side for you. You're good side. There we go. Come on up. There she is. There's the super lopes. There she is, eh? Did you ever go little nappies? Gotta say hi to your peoples. You gotta say hi to your peoples. You need to represent. Oh, it's a big stretch. Oh, such a big stretch. Right? All good? All good in the hood? Hi. Yeah? Hold on. Let's go get something, and then you can show them a trick. I'm not sure if they'll be able to see you, but we'll give it a try. Go back over to the camera. It's just like I'm following you. You got something I want. Go over here. Okay, come here. Oh. All right. Get paw. Good girl. Down. Good girl. Up. There you go. She had a cookie. I'll let her finish it first before I move my chair. Oh, it's just for another project that I'm trying to keep something in the center of there, Kathleen. But I can sure you give you tips on how I got there, though. Hold on 1 second. I think I probably should have swept first before she was licking up cookie crumbs off the floor, even though it was in a space there wasn't a lot of scraps, so. So, if you didn't have a plastic template for a certain size and you need to do a plastic template for like a ruler or whatever, I don't have a plastic template or plastic to use or something like that. So I took, I was looking for masking tape, but that's okay. I found packing tape and it was a better idea. So right across here is actually, it's packing tape. So I've only colored on my packing tape, not on actually my ruler itself, because that would be crazy. So what I'm doing is that helps me keep things in the center where that block needs to be and square things up. And then it's right on to the next one without even thinking about it, because I know it has to sit within that space. All right. Lulu says, woof to Sophie. Yeah, she's a good puppers. She's a good pupper whoopers. It's funny, she'll head into Pop and I's room to go to sleep on her bed well before we're ready to go to bed. Like, she'll get up from her chair, go get something to drink, maybe, even have a snack or something or whatever. And then she'll just putter on into the bedroom and lay down on her bed. So I went to go have a shower this morning, and she was out here on her bed in the space here, and then as I come into the bedroom, she's there laying almost asleep. I'm like, oh, okay. Is it bedtime already? Thank you. You're so sorry. Oh yeah. Well, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. And sometimes it's easier if you know you gotta square up to, 5 inches. It's easier to use some masking tape and block off beyond that 5, so you could just go, whoop, okay, done, done. You're putting your section of fabric down where it needs to be. Okay, it's butted up there, trim, trim. Butted up there, trim, trim. It makes things a little bit easier. So yeah, no, that's just packing tape. You can even see. And then when I'm done, it's obviously not where the numbers are because they may peel off. If you use the tape on here, it may peel off your numbers. I didn't want that. So I did it on the top side. Okay, so, yeah. And you can, I was going to use masking tape to mark either side of it, but I'm actually happier with the packing tape because I can make sure everything's lined up with the colors that I had to use. So, yeah. So I was like, well, how can I make this happen? Wait a second here. I can think about this a moment, and boom, there we go. Tessa film works too. What is Tessa film, Marguerite? What is that? I don't even think I've ever heard of that. Oh, I used to watch to see Mr. Clive. Oh, he's not here anymore, unfortunately. Trust me, he's been very much missed the past 2 weeks. It's definitely a different house without him. And he's been in this house almost as long as we have been because we moved in here. It wasn't even 2 weeks to the day that we went looking because we thought, okay, we have this big house, this big yard. We need an animal to love. We were looking for a kitten. That's what Munchkin wanted. He was only 13 at the time, so we went looking for a kitten. And we looked at all the kittens. We must have looked at like 50 kittens that night between foster care homes and displays or tables set up in the mall or whatever, so we can go, adopt a kitten and foster a kitten or whatever was going on. And not one that appealed. And this little cat, 5 or 6 years old, just loved us right from the moment he met us. So we're like, okay, that's good. We'll take him. He's loving us already. That's all we could ask for. Hello, glad to finally catch your live show. It's been a rough time for me lately. I hear you there, buddy. But watching the Mom and Pop live stream always puts a smile, me in a good mood. Sorry. Thank you for a super good pattern. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome, Daniel. You're very, very welcome. And I'm glad you're here. Thank you very much for joining us today. We're doing a 12-hour on the 30th. Come hang out with us. That's how you got Maximus? Out of 7 puppies, he was the only one that came to sit on my lap. Oh. Yeah, you gotta have to let them pick you. And that's what I said to Munchkin, we can't just grab any old one. Like, it may not like us, or it's I don't want a clawy cat. I had a very, very traumatizing experience with a cat. I still carry the scars today. Had to cut my vacation short and go get a tetanus shot and everything else. Had to go back to another country. It was a horrible experience. So I was, leery, but still wanted to keep Munchkin happy as well as, why not a cat, so. But and the fact that he was so lovey and friendly, I'm like, well, okay, let's take him. So, no, it was, all in all, it was a good experience to have him and adopt him and have him as part of our house and family. And he clearly had his own fans for a very long time. That mug, we've had the cat mug rug up on the wall for years. It was donated by one of the fans who loved Mr. Clive. So. So you could probably knock this out in a couple weekends, if you, focus on it, do your chain piecing, do your chain squaring up and stuff. Or sometimes you just got to take a little break and put some blocks together and then back up to the squaring up. Sometimes you just got to do that too. Some people can't handle the consistency of, you know, doing the same thing for 5 hours or something. Zigzag will get you to the pattern. And is my chat even going? I see it now. Did I miss stuff? I'm sorry if I missed stuff. Usually pops on it if I've missed stuff. That was someone was asking a question or whatever. Oops, excuse. Was that you again? Is that you again, Sass? I tell ya. That's a little short in that corner there. Good thing there's one we're trimming up. Scroll down to LL. I don't know. I haven't gone anywhere. I'm still here. Look at 330 of us. That's awesome. Get a few more on the thumbs uppers. That would be awesome too. Please and thank you. If you'd be so kind as to give us a thumbs up. Scroll down, 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 down. Scroll down. I don't know. I don't know where you're supposed to scroll down to though. Pippi Longstocking. Oh, Langstrump? Oh, I know Pippi Longstocking. Who's Langstrump? Is that another word? Is that another word for Longstocking? Lost the live chat. I don't know why. Maybe just refresh there, Linda. I don't know why. What's going on? Oh, well, you don't seem to be the only one there, Gwynny. Linda's having issues too. Whoa. Whoa. I blame YouTube. Because it can't be our fault. Oh, Miss Donna Faye, how goes it, Miss Donna Faye? It's a beautiful day, Miss Donna Faye. Okay, we're almost there. We're getting there. Now it's, oh my goodness, what a mess. Had pixels early and refreshed, corrected. Okay, good. Oh, it's okay. I was talking about the same thing. Pippi Longstocking. She's an awesome. I love Pippi. Pippi! Actually, it used to be one of my nicknames because I used to always have pigtails. I was a little red-headed kid. Well, auburn head. And full of trouble, apparently. So I suited that kid. We were sisters from another mister. Oops. Whoa. Halo's shining bright. Polish it. Foil on a circle is not a halo. No, but it means you're ready for the barbecue. Oh, wonder why you can't get any live chat there, Kathy K. That's kind of crazy. Hello, Miss Tiffany. How you doing today? Working on a free pattern here. We're squaring up some half square triangles to 8 inch squares. And then we're going to cut them into 2-inch strips. Almost. We're getting there. Just think of all the progress we'll be making next weekend. We'll be just like sewing the blocks together. We'll be zoop, 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 cut and sew, cut and sew, cut and sew. Going on? I rebooted yet again, 3rd time, no live chat. Tried top chat, no, not there either side. At least I'll get LL, the video, the sound. I'll try from here. Oh, I'm sorry, you're not getting any chat there, Gwenny. Yeah, you too, Krista too. Yeah, there's a few you guys are having issues with the live chat, and I don't know why. That's weird. Well, that sucks. I don't know what's going on. Sorry. Right. A couple more. All right, we're almost there. Well, let's say, I wouldn't say halfway there yet, but we're getting there. We're getting there, closer and closer with each little step. And once you get your 8.5-inch squares all cut out, that doesn't take very long once you got your fabric sorted, right? And then from there, it's place them together and off to the races. May or may not have played with the chat settings. I don't know if you have that kind of power there, Sass, but I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. All right, last one of this batch, and then like I said, we have a few more to do that I need to cut the neutral tones, so, but that's okay. We'll get what we're going on here. And we'll show how to put another block together. Okay, alrighty. Hold on. I want the rolling under my tires here. Spend enough time picking stuff out of my tires. There we go. Okay, so once we get to this part, we have our, you're going to have to want the twins together. So you're going to have to want 2 of the same with your colors. You're going to lay one way and one the other, right sides together. Okay, just like that, on top of each other. Move the squaring ruler off to the side. You could probably use that to cut anyways, but that's, you know, it's up to you. Are you out of here? Hey? What you do? I see you. You're right there. You look up there. She's like waiting on the sideline. I can see your chat, Josie. Layer cake. I would think so too. Yes, for sure. Yeah, 10-inch. And then you'd probably square up to, what, 9.5? You could work your block from there to be the same idea. Just get a bigger square, right? You'd get a bigger block. It's not a square. Okay, and then from here, You do your 2-inch cuts. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then it's super easy. Let me just move this down here so you can really see it. Once you flip that up, this up, this up, and this up, then you go this, this, and this. That's one of them. Then you go this, this, and this for the other. What do you think of that? Isn't that cool? Super easy. Wait, what time? Oh, 1 p.m. 1 p.m. 2 hours ago. We started 2 hours and 7 minutes ago. So hopefully that helps with your timeline. And then we just put them together. That makes a peak or in the valley. It is pretty blue. It's got little speckles in it, sort of. It's very sky nightish sort of thing. Yeah. Indeed, indeed. All right, so one of these together. So those have been following. I didn't get a chance to see. You get to see it. So this is supposed to be a 6 by 7.5, but I'm kind of getting 6.5 by 8. So I'm like, really, what is the problem about keeping it at 8? But then again, it's like, Lauren, just follow the pattern. I always kind of tweak things. Just trying to save a step. You can't blame me. Sun rays, yeah. That's Kathleen said the same thing. She saw sun rays. I think it was Kathleen. If I was wrong on that, I'm sorry. And so those together. Make sure you're pressing your seams to the dark, especially when you're working with lights and darks fabrics. Go ahead and eat if you're hungry, Sophie. And there's the block. Isn't that cool? Oh, maybe. You know what? You're probably right, Doreen. I think you're probably right on that one. That makes sense, right? Since it's 6.5 by 8 right now, I'm finished by 6 and 7.5. That makes logical sense. Because I don't think you would want to trim it up anymore. I don't remember reading that in the instructions about trimming it up one more time. So there you go. See, solved the mystery for me, Doreen. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, just going towards the blue. Put that down. Yes, happy Mother's Day. Oh, happy Mother's Day to everybody. Happy Mother's Day. There we go. Really cool. Peaks and valleys. And then just press and press and press until you get them all done. and more and more and more to do. So you got to try and make sure you're making your friends are up to the same piece. Like these two. Lay them one way, lay them the other, and then cut your 2 inches. Just like that. Get to do drive-by Mother's Day. At least you get a chance to. Oh, I'm sure at least something will be going on, Kathleen. Oh, is that for the pattern there, Kathleen? There we go. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Pop is it under detachable mountains? I don't think it's, is it? I thought it was Majestic Mountains. Did I call it wrong this whole time?
No, you're right.
Oh.
It's Mountain Majesties.
Mountain Majesties, sorry. Okay. Yes, thank you, Donna Wood. Happy Mother's Day to all. Indeed, 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 indeed. All right, anybody have any questions about this? This beautiful pattern from, well, I'm gonna say where I got it from, which is Bonnie Hunter. So I don't know whose pattern it is to begin with, but that's where I got it, and that's where we're sharing it with everybody there. It's from 2004. From the blog, and I think some patterns are just classic and they're not going to go anywhere. So that's definitely one of them. So someone's got her container, dropping it on the floor. Yeah. Anybody have any questions? It is a vintage pattern, really? Okay. Well, that's nice to know. I like working on stuff that's been around a while. That's why I like the rail fence and Jacob's ladder and I don't know what happened. Maybe we just had so much to catch up on. It's a little weird. I don't get it. Indeed, indeed. All right, I'll get some of these all cut and ready to go for next Saturday, as well as get those other ones I need to get all trimmed up. I'll put them in their sets too, so right now I'm just trying to get them in a pile. Well, thank you, Kathleen Davis, for hanging out with us today. We hope to see you next Saturday. We're going to continue this beautiful project. And for my light tones, I just chose creams and whites and light tan, that sort of thing. Nothing too fancy. I think there was only a couple of textures on 2 of them. So that would have been the flowers, tone on tone. Do you nest the seams of the hasp triangle before you cut? Yeah, you line them right up in the center. Just kind of make sure they're right in. They're on each other. They should be square, so you get a good guess of where it's, where it's going to be. And then just 2, 2, and 2. And that's it. And easy peasy. Done, trimmed. And then just make sure you're flipping and flopping the other side to the other side to get that angled. Okay. Perfect. Look at us go. Oh, I had these ones here too. Had to do with the phone, Kathy. Had to do with the phone. No, I don't know. Yeah, it's beautiful colors to play with, that's for sure. So I tried to take about 3 or 4 of each of the colors that I had going on, so I'd be able to mix and match it through the quilt, but still be consistent because it'd always match another color. So that is the free pattern, exclamation zigzag, if you wanted it or needed it, or save it to your stash, your section. Okay. Well, hopefully you'll figure out the whole chatty bits next time. So, Capture Mystery Quilt. Way too many small parts. Oh, for Bonnie Hunter? Yeah, some of them are really, really tiny. I've quilted up Mary, my Bonnie Hunter girl. Some of her some of her piecing is really tiny in regards to. I was like, oh my goodness, seriously, that looks like it's only like a 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch. So, all right. All right, and only question I have is, when do you think I can expect this pretty in the mail? I don't know. When it's done, maybe. We'll see how it goes. Heavy traffic. Well, we had lots of people in here. We got 340 people right now. So, all right. Well, I think we'll say good afternoon to everybody there, and thank you very much for your time. And wishing everybody and their family a very happy Mother's Day weekend. Hopefully, you get to spend it with someone you love, and share the joy and the love of everything. Okay. So, plant something, buy something, go eat out, or have a nice dinner. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. Big hugs, everybody. And we will see you later. So thank you for joining me on this beautiful little up and down project. And I think it's looking lovely. It's looking lovely so far. And many different patterns you can lay out in it too, right? So there's 5 to choose from. Okay. Big hugs, everybody. Thank you so much. We will see you next Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern for live. I think that will see you Wednesday, Friday.